Hello, and welcome to another episode of Empyrean Galactic Survival with your Addled builder Akiva. Now, we are going to be working on the Azhar project again. For those of you who are unaware, Azhar means shining, bright, luminous. Thought it was a fitting name for a ship. Saw it a little while ago from an Aim to the Head official mix. An Aim to the Head, it's a how do I say that? It's a music group on YouTube, or a production company on YouTube. I'm not really sure. I'd have to look at the page and figure it out. But anyways, going to be working on this project, and this is another one of those copy and paste projects. So, in order to get the basic shape, I just copied and pasted a couple of pieces, and just built out based on or built it out based on what I wanted the look to be, and went from there. Now, as you can see back here, this section, I want to change this. It's a nice section for a ship and everything, but I want to change this out a little bit. So we're going to be working on that again. So we're going to be working on the back a little bit today. And then I also want to work on propagating sort of this design into the wings here, so we'll be working on that as well. I don't think we will get to the internals again today, but this one's being recorded about 5 hours after the other one, so I have not yet seen your comments. Apologize, I won't see your comments before the second video goes out, and this happens sometimes, but let's go ahead and get started. Might help if I turn on my HUD, and then be wary of where my mouse is, but yeah, that's alright. So, the idea I had was to push this section back so it was more of a, how do I say this? I want it to be more of a wedge tail. So I want it to be more of a wedge, and I also want this to be pushed back. So we're going to go ahead and select up to here, and then get that selection tool, go out 2, and make sure it gets the bottom here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Right? That'll be fine, right? I don't know, we'll figure it out. Gonna go ahead and figure it out. Now, I don't want to go all the way back to where the constructors are for obvious reasons. So we're gonna cut that, we're gonna paste it, and just paste it here. Undo, because that was a improper paste. Maybe it wasn't, I don't know. We'll see. Paste, and paste again, and then what I'm just going to, that is not what I meant to do. And of course it puts it over there. Okay. Quick fix. I just hit the wrong button. We're going to flip it and move it. And the reason I'm doing it this way is I just want to save a little bit of time. Paste. And paste again. Now over here, I'm just going to expand the selection to get rid of this, and then just simply hit the delete button, because I don't want this area. Gonna do that, and we're good to go. Now, because well, that's a conundrum. Okay. That was my bad. So I'm just gonna, instead of doing anything advanced to fix it, I'm just gonna go the easy route of just fixing it this way. So we're gonna do the selection again. I'm gonna select this section. I'm just gonna copy it. So if you make a mistake with the BP and you accidentally do what I just did there, which is making the mistake of replacing something you weren't supposed to replace, it's not that big of an issue. It's not going to ruin your build. It's fine. Now, we're going to go ahead and turn back on symmetry plane. And I like to narrate absolutely everything because it is what it is. Now, this section here, as you can see, it's different. Now, I want to do something else than these. So I'm just going to get rid of these for the moment. And that doesn't really affect this down here. But I'm going to leave that as is because I have some ideas about that, but I'm not really sure if they really work there. So we'll see in a minute. I don't want to get ahead of myself like I was in the last video. Man, I was hyped up on caffeine last video. I was jumping around from one topic like a jackrabbit on cocaine. I don't recommend using cocaine, by the way. just to be clear. Don't recommend using that. Not that I ever have, but and this is not me just being hyperbole, or just being like the, oh, allegedly I haven't done that. No, I just haven't done that. I've seen what those substances can do to a family, and I have no interest in being part of the problem. So anyways, aside from me going on that random tangent, I think we're good to go here. And these are container controllers. I left them back here for some reason. I don't remember why, but I'll just leave them there for now. And I think what we need to do here is, first off, grab this block. And what I want to do here is have this go out just one, just in case I use that. So I'm just going to leave that there and hedge my bets and save a little bit of time, because I just want to see what that does. I'm not going to paint it yet because I'm not committed to it. Now, since this is vanilla, and since this ship is going to be, well, more internal space than it needs to be, what I'm thinking about doing, and I'm going to adjust the time of day real quick. What I'm thinking about doing is creating a hangar bay that you just go through, that goes through the ship. Goes through the back of the ship. Now, I don't normally like putting hangar bays in vessels, except for the fact, well, A, it seems to draw a lot of people on the workshop because they like the RP factor, and B, it's going to be a great way to use space. And one of my future projects that I need to be getting ready for is creating a trade station. And I haven't really done hangars, and I haven't worked with them in so long that I don't really know. How do I put this? I don't really know what I'm doing with them anymore, because I did some back in the day, I wasn't really happy with them, and I need to brush up on my skills. Just clarifying some things in my head right there. It's fine. So I'm just gonna have this go all the way to there. Is that going to work? No, it's not. Okay. Just gonna place that there and there, and it's just a very simple propagation of shapes. I know I use that phrase overly abundantly, or way too much, but that's fine. Yep. Just double checking that symmetry plane's on because I've forgotten to turn it on a couple of times and just, yeah, it's not fun. Of course, I just ran out of blocks. Dang it. Steal blocks, copy what I'm looking for, which is that one. And I turned off God mode when I tried to do the selection here. Just like, ah, great. Let's pull this forward to see where it needs to line up. If it's going to line up. I just want to line it up for the moment to see. Yeah, that'll work. So I can fit a large hangar bay in there. And then I can have the main part of the ship out here somewhere. And what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and do it now. Copy that. And I'm just going to leave that. Copy. Well, I don't want to copy that quite yet. Let's just do it to there and see what it does. No, that's not what I want to do. Let's do it to there. Okay, let's copy. Paste once, flip. Move it to where I want it to go. Paste it again, and then flip it once more. Take it all the way over to here. And there we go. Great little way of getting that sorted. Oh, that's a little bit of a mess up. No idea why that was happening, but I have a feeling it was some part of the flip process, but that's alright. Yeah, it was part of the flip process. Okay, that's what I thought. Why is that black? I don't know, whatever. Yeah, of course it's gonna do that. Okay, just grab me a piece, thank you. Simple enough fix. I mean, it's not that hard. Now, if I was smart, I would have done this earlier. Symmetry plane. Let's just align that one. to the very center. Turn on symmetry again. I should have done this from the get-go. There we go. Get rid of that symmetry plane. Now I have all of that. It's fine. Trying to remember what mouse button I need to push. Now that is subject to change based on the build, but we are at the very least filling out the hull, which is always good. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and I'm going to place it a little bit further back than the rest. And the idea behind that, push this back a little bit as well. Let's get the untextured. And let's go ahead and copy, just copy that block, please. Thank you. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay. Okay. No, don't copy that. Grab that again. Now, just remember when you're doing this type of shenanigans with the stairs that they are not airtight. So keep that in mind. Just gonna copy that. And do a different pattern on them. I don't like that one. I don't like that either. That works. Okay. No idea what that was copying, but whatever. Now, what I can do, and what I probably will do, let me get rid of that for a sec, is I will use container extensions around that. So let's go ahead and get that sorted, where I just grab some container extensions. And we're just gonna surround this block with container extensions to fill out the gaps. That way I can get the air tightness, and I'm not going to use that one. I'll show you why in a second. So what I'm doing here is making sure that there is only one container controller between this one and the other two. And the idea behind this is that if this blows, it won't propagate to the other container controllers. Now, I don't know if this is a problem in vanilla or not, but you know what, it's better just to be prepared, is my thinking. So let's go ahead and check it 2400. And I wanted to now we can trim this back a little bit based on what the yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay, so let's put that there, and let's trim this back right here. And then I'm also going to trim it here. And just so that I have a little bit of a nod for myself, so a sort of a placeholder technique here. This is a good way of just doing placeholders. I'm going to put this here because this is where I want the hangar bay to be. So let's go ahead and fill that. I'm going to check the container volume. It's 32K. Okay, well, I'll leave that for the moment. Because I might be able to chop it back further and push it back further. But for the moment, I want to start working on the hangar bay. Yeah, let's go ahead and chop it. So let's go ahead and just get rid of this. And just move these container controllers back here. There's a reason I didn't put a container controller there, and the reason was... Give me a second to finish this. The reason for that was because I didn't want to put a container controller there quite yet. And I usually put decoys back there, so I want to leave some space for me, for myself, excuse me. I want to leave some space for myself back there for decoy generators, and it appears that there's already a decoy group back there, so I don't have to worry about that. All I have to do is just place it with some hardened steel blocks so that they don't go to the container controller, that sort of thing. Just double checking to make sure that I don't screw something up, you know, and just, yeah. So we can then fill that with steel. And fill any other spaces next to the controller with steel as well, because again, I don't want it chain reacting. What's the container controller volume? Okay, so it's a few container controllers short, which I can put over here. Yep, there we go, 320K. Now let's go ahead and get a hangar door. Leave those for that. Really? Okay. So we are looking for a 5 by something hangar. That's 4. 5 by 4. And if we put it on its side like this, we can double it up. Yeah, I suspected as much. That's... okay. That's fine. So let's just move this. Again, we'll have to do some retexturing, but it's fine. Now here, I think what I can do there is, I don't know, we'll figure out the shaping here. But I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that and that. And again, move that forward. That'll give me a little bit extra space to play with. Just gonna copy that block to save myself some time and headache later. That's not what I meant to copy, but whatever. Let's go ahead and replace that. Let's... Yeah, it'll work. I'll fix that in a moment. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but we'll see. Just putting that over there to... Yeah. I had a feeling that was going to be a problem as soon as I decided to put a... As soon as I decided to put that there, but, well, that's what happens. And the reason that I did that is because I had some ideas. I mean, that doesn't look great, so let's just get rid of that for a sec. I mean, it doesn't have to be that particular. Trying to remember what button on my mouse is 6, but what button on the mouse is number 6? Come on, copy what I want you to copy. Thank you. Copy that container controller. We're good to go. I think I like that better. Okay, let's do this bit. Really wish that there was just a crop there. Something that would just crop it off, but I have a feeling I could just do that instead. Yeah, that'll work. Now we have the beginnings of a fly-through hangar, which means that I need to get rid of this area. I was really hoping not to get rid of that, but let's just go ahead. Alright. This is looking an awfully this is looking an awful lot like almost every other ship I've made. And in the top part here, where it's a single line overlapping the other line, there's no visual intrigue to it. And it just doesn't grab me as a builder. Now, I want to try something. I'm thinking that this would be a more intriguing style if I just had this sort of jagged thing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to replicate that a little bit. And I realized that I didn't do that at the proper level. So let's do that and that. Now, I already have some of the blocks and the shaping here, if I get it right. That was the wrong one to copy. Okay. Okay, that's what I'll end up doing. Okay, so let's go to this. Of course it's at a different. And yes, I know the symmetry thing is in the way. I apologize. It is what it is sometimes. Especially when working this close to the center line, it happens. So the pattern that I'm trying to get here is that. Now you can already see that this is not going to line up. And that's because I didn't copy the pattern correctly. Okay, so it goes these blocks, then one of these, back two. Just gonna put that there. Does that go? Yep, that goes back two from the top. If there's extra noise in the microphone, it's because the neighbors are running around like maniacs on cocaine. I'm not saying that they're running around on cocaine, but it sure does sound like it. Sure does sound like it. Anyways, I apologize for any extra noise. It is what it is. Yeah, they got a little kid, and yeah, great little kid, nice guy. Just a little bit hyper. And the thumps come through the door. Or the thumps come through the walls. So at the moment, I'm just using this as sort of a filler. Not a filler, but copy and paste source is what I'm looking for. Just a reference. So somehow this lines up. I'm not happy with it, but it lines up. So let's go ahead and try to do something else to lower the block count a little bit. Yeah, I don't think this works. I mean, it gets the whole angle, but it just doesn't work. Do I have enough undos to do this? Yeah, I do. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do there. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I've done before. I could do something like this. Let's turn off symmetry plane just to save my eyes. I could do something like this, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing, is where it's just a bunch of these just accent blocks, or yeah, accent blocks. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, just to save a little bit of time and my sanity, is I'm just going to copy and paste that. I know, cheesy, simple, and totally unimaginative way. Unimaginative. English is hard, okay? English is freaking hard. Anyways, enough of that little outburst. Gosh. I want to keep the visual interest of the build, but at the same time, I just, yeah, it's paste. Symmetry plane. Now, I know that didn't paste down on the bottom, and I am completely fine with that. But what I'm going to do is cut it there. And get rid of this. We'll see what I'm doing in a second. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing exactly for the moment. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, that's right. Okay. Please tell me that you copied that right. No, you didn't, of course. Okay, well, let's just grab this. And save myself some time. Since I'm going to be copying this... Since I'm just going to be copying this, I'm going to just go ahead and do that. Of course it copied that. Give me a sec to sort that out. Now, I don't want... You know what, let's cut it back a little bit and just do this freeform instead of trying to copy what I've already done. That was not advised. Oh, it was the right one. Okay. Why are you the way that you are, Block? Copy that. God damn it. Okay, hold on. This is aggravating me. It's just my OCD is getting to me right now. That's fine. Ew, stop copying that and reproducing that so I have to freaking fix it. Anyways, Akiva's insanity has reached a breaking point, apparently, so please stand by while we reboot him. And I just talked about myself in the third person. Great job, Akiva. Okay, whatever. It's fine. This is why I don't work with these very often, is because they are just annoying. There we go. Yeah, I'm happier with that. Okay. Flip over. Or not. Flip around? Yeah, there we go. Is that at the same level as that? No, it's not. Of course it's not, because that would be too easy. I realize that just didn't push it forward at all, but that's fine. It lines up. Nice. Okay, that's what I'm happy with. No, don't copy that. I want you to copy that. Thank you. Huh. Okay. Don't mind me. Just thinking about things. Just thinky. Do I really want to do that, or do I want to do something better? I think I want to do something better. First off, let's just copy a full Xeno block. I don't know what I'm doing there. There we go. It only needs to go to there. It's fine. Come on, copy what I want you to copy. Thank you. Yes, there is a method to my madness. Give me a sec. um... Are you gonna... You know what? Just leave it there. I'll deal with you in a minute. I'll deal with that shape in a minute. Get rid of that for the moment. How am I going to transition to that to something useful? Do I need to transition that at all? I think that needs to be transitioned a little bit, but I don't think it needs to be... Let's just get this shape here, and then I can make it a little bit more interesting later. So what my thought here was that the same thing, the same issue I ran into in the last episode, where I'm trying to do a transition, and I want to add something like this, a little bit of fluff. And transition is great unless you do it upside down, and yeah, I did it upside down, and I couldn't add this fluff in any real way. So what we're going to do here is just going to add a little bit of fluff with the stairs here, and then bring it back into this. So I'm going to copy it, or cut it there. And I want to keep this sort of style where I have these fluff pieces, I guess you want to call it, and it's just, yeah, something that I want to do here. So let's just make sure that I've got the block copied right. I know the block's there. I know it's there. Yeah, I thought so. Can I pull this off here? Drats, I can't. Okay. Never mind. Are you gonna... Okay, fine. Don't know why that happened, but whatever. Let's try something else. I like that. And, yeah. I like that. That's looking a lot better than I imagined. So let's go ahead and move this out of the way. Can you... Oh, it would help if you have the thrusters turned on. Okay, let's just move this over here for the moment. Anytime I'm using something for reference, I don't want to get rid of it. Alright, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Aren't any really channel notices since the last time. I do have, good lord, can't think right now. So, no real channel notices today because it's recorded literally like a couple hours after the other one on the same day, so not really much has changed in that amount of time. Do want to give you a little bit of an update on the server. We're currently working behind the scenes to add what we want to add to it. I'm currently and still learning how to run an Empyrean server and the basics of it, so yeah, it's coming along. And who knows, it might be out by the time of this video, but I doubt it. I doubt there'll be a server available. If there is, there'll be a link below. Well, if you want to get information about the GEI server, just join the Discord. I know, yet another plug for the Discord, but it is what it is. I have multiple social medias, and each one of them I try and release tidbits in a different way. So I have a work in progress channel on Discord that I occasionally post to. I have Reddit. I am active on the Empyrean game Reddit and post updates, teasers, things like that there. I have Blue Sky, Mastodon, and I try and post different things on both those sites from all the other sites, so depending on which social media you want to see from me, you might get different information. I mean, you might get a different teaser, so it's worth signing up. That's going to be it for today. I want to say thank you to my patrons. I'm getting a little tired. I want to say thank you to my patrons, JD Bruce and the Insane Aerospace Engineer. Thank you both. Remember to have a good day. Be kind to your fellow humans. Be the change you want to see. Banshee out.